Good evening, all. Good evening, all. How are we? Back again for another stream. Got a couple of guests tonight. We might have a couple of more later on. We don't know. We'll see how it goes. But big up to you all in the chat. Big up to Nigel and big up to TJ, who have flew on early doors. Big up to Mark. But you two at the bottom, how are you, chaps? How are you doing?
Oh, thank you. I'm good, thank you. It's been a long time since I've been on this channel. I hope you guys are all good, including Nigel, 2 marks. I hope your health is well. I hope you're enjoying Tottenham's football.
That's the end of the show. Cut. Did you hear that?
Good night.
Yeah, but I'm good. Thank you for having me on again.
Anytime, mate. Anytime. Nigel, how are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm good as always, mate. See, I had to think about that then. I nearly went like that. I had to think it's the other way around. But yeah, I'm good. Big up, guys.
Good stuff. Sheriff, how are you, sir? A day of leisure.
Yes, today. Day off the day I got to work tomorrow. Unfortunately.
Bangers that, mate. Absolute bobbins that. I'd have drove to Somerset to pick you up, mate. You know that, didn't you?
I know, mate.
Eh?
Yeah.
Bangers. And you as well. It's not your, I know, you know family stuff. I know family stuff, but been great. Would have been great to all meet up. I'm sure we all will soon. I'm sure we all will.
Yeah. I will get up to a game at some stage.
Yeah. We'll just all have to meet up and crack on, even if it's for a meet up down there and a few beers, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? We'll have to. Now.
That sounds good.
I've given in to the what's it called? I've not given in to Enoch out, but the first part's accomplished with Levy gone, so I've decided, as you all know, to participate in the action tomorrow after the protest. So first time in the stadium, first time down to White Hart Lane, apart from protesting, going into the ground for the best part of 25 years, because that was my protest.
Can you remember the last time you
Can't remember, mate. I can't remember, honestly.
It would have been like 2000 or something, or 1999.
Around that. Yeah, 2001, something like that. Yeah. It was like, literally, when they came in and said, we're here for the money, I thought, well, you ain't here for mine. See you later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't mention football, just mention money. Yeah. But it is what it is. It is what it is. I've succumbed. I've succumbed my jail sentence, and I'm going into another one by the sound of it tomorrow. Oh my word!
No, you'll love it, mate. You'll love it, mate. You will absolutely love it. You're sat in the South Stand.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be getting them singing in there, mate. Don't you worry about that. The shelf returns to the South Stand tomorrow, mate. Be having it large.
Yeah.
Happy days. Do you want to say hello to anyone in the chat, Mark, before we get going?
Yes, I can do. There's a couple of comments here. Mr. Barbaric.
Barbaric's in the house.
Big up to
you, Barbaric.
Always here.
Always here. Tell all your friends we're on, Barbaric. We're a bit quiet tonight. Need a few more in.
Yeah, I've seen this today on Sky Sports News.
I know. And I saw a figure. I don't know if you lot saw it. Did you see the figure that's been quoted?
What they paid for him?
For what? For who? 30 million, isn't it?
20.
20.
Is
That's
it?
what I heard. 20 million.
Wow. 20 mil.
He's in the last 6 months of his contract, though, isn't he?
Yeah, but why ain't Liverpool all over that?
Well, yeah.
Why ain't we all over it?
Perhaps they couldn't compete with the wages.
Yeah.
Who knows? But what a buy for that sort of dough that is, isn't it?
You know what? Even if they quoted 40 million, I would have told Enoch to spend 60. There's no excuses, man. There's no excuses. If they're getting this player for 20 million, what's the excuse for Tottenham?
I have a feeling that Liverpool might be saving their money for a certain left-sided Spurs centre back in the summer.
Yeah, do you reckon?
Maybe, mate. Maybe. I think Enoch have got to show a bit of intent over the next couple of weeks, because not only are the fans restless, but I think some of the players are too, and that alludes to what you just said, Nigel, about Van der Ven. You know, if this next 3 or 4 months goes horribly wrong for Spurs and we end up languishing I'm not talking about relegation, but we end up languishing down where we was last year and don't sort of finish sort of get into that top 10. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be I don't know what. And ENIC have got to, in the next 2 weeks, show that they mean business. The intent's got to be there to get the fans on board for the next 6 months. You can't come out and keep saying a load of old baloney.
Yeah.
Because when it comes to summer next year, it'll be because it was the World Cup was on.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. I would want 2 weeks is too long. ENIC has to go now, in my opinion. They should have gone with Levy, in my opinion. Okay. When I was at the process, it was Levy out and ENIC out. You know, Mark, you was at the protest, I believe.
I was.
Yeah. You heard the fans wasn't serious. They were singing Kulusevski's song and all of this nonsense, in my opinion. And I was streaming with Haz, and I was like, instead of singing the Kulusevski song, you should be screaming ENIC out as well. It was Levy out 110%. Yeah, cool. We got him out. But ENIC has to go, and I can't lie to you. 2 weeks of intent. He's had 25 years. And nothing has changed. In my opinion, obviously, I'm a young fan as well. So I've had 10 years, maybe 12 years of ENIC. He needs to go. He needs to go. There's no point of giving him 2 weeks. I want them to be gone now. Now. Not tomorrow. Not 2 weeks. I want them out. They've shown they don't care. They've shown they don't care. And you know what? The players have called them up on it. We haven't had the conversation, but I don't want to go back onto the past news. But when Romero called out ENIC, he called out ENIC. He said they have lied. Whether you like it or not, whether you think he's doing it for his own agenda, he's called them liars. And they are liars. They've been lying for too damn long.
Yeah, well, the thing is, though, I mean, he called them all out, and then he edited it, didn't he?
And that's what makes it worse.
People did.
Yeah.
That's what makes it worse.
Yeah,
because
but he's not the only one. Conte called him out in his little rant he done after the Southampton game. It's the position the club's in now. There's no reason that we can't win everything with the amount of money that goes in that place. There's no excuses anymore. The infrastructure is all in place now. All the revenue they're getting, you know, with concerts, the NFL, and God knows what else goes on there. There's no reason we can't be successful. It's our ambition.
The sad thing is, though, Sheriff, is that, and I get what you're saying. I get what everyone's saying. ENIC are not going anywhere at the moment.
No.
What we can hope is this protest tomorrow is it shoves a rocket up their ass and they start putting the team first. Or it puts them under enough pressure over the next year that they think, actually, we don't need this and we will sell up. This isn't something that's going to happen overnight, though, is it? We're not going to wake up tomorrow and ENIC and going to be like, oh, we're done, we're selling. No, they've already took down 3 offers, haven't they? Apparently.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. ENIC are not going to go tomorrow. However, what I don't want fans to forget is the past.
Yeah.
And for me, even if they show content in this window, I still want them gone. I never forget. I use this analogy on Friday. We do a Friday show, you know, every Friday with Haz. Yeah. I use this analogy and it kind of like fit perfectly. Those that are married, and look, maybe this is coming from a young perspective, maybe my emotions, my anger, maybe I can't control my emotions, yeah? But those that are married, if your wife was to cheat on you, would you take them back? For me, this is just me, it's a bang no. If I catch my wife cheating, I promise you, I'm saying it online and people can watch this. We might be doing this video call on HMRP. You're gonna be like, TJ, why's your connection bad? Listen, man, I'm in prison. ENIC has to go they've been lying too long. 25 years too long. You know my biggest memory of Tottenham, and this is why I kind of I was one of the fans that had a sentiment value to our previous manager, because realistically, and I'm being honest, this is coming from me, and as a young fan, you have to take this into consideration. It's the only silverware that I have ever experienced.
Yeah.
You know? And that season was awful.
Yeah.
So if I'm
and then you couldn't even get any coaching horses. I had to beg the bouncer to let you in.
Yeah.
Wow.
But you know what? Look, Enoch has to go. I'm sorry. We need to carry on screaming Enoch out, in my opinion. Enoch has had too long to fix the problems, even if there was ambition. Under Pochettino's era, 18 months without a signing. That's a part of Enoch.
Yeah.
Enoch was in control. Levy was in control. Both of them, whether it's Levy's fault, whether it's Enoch's fault, they all have to go. Look how far we are right now. Look at the standard. We're not a top 6 side. Anybody that says we're a top 6 side, you're lying to yourself, because the standard is so low. Look at our squad. Look how bad our squad is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just answer this question.
Go for it, my friend.
This question. Are these the worst owners in the Premier League?
For my lifetime, in my opinion, they are.
Well, if you speak to the Newcastle fans, I think they might have a different answer.
Speak to United fans, they might say the same as well.
And they might say it as well.
And then you speak to a lot of fans and they'll say, well, hang on a minute. We've spent as much as Arsenal since 2020.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at the levels of their players, and then you read a name out and you think, yeah, well. And you look at the bench and you go, shouldn't he be playing? This geezer. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, we're nowhere near that. Nowhere near it. And that's what's got to change for me. So whoever's in charge, and Mark and Nigel tell you, TJ, you know, and not going for 25 years, I think tells everyone that I'm Enoch out. Right? Always have been, always will be. You know, I just think the club needs a change of direction, maybe a little bit of a change of identity, be known as a club that's serious and that's going to make serious signings to win serious trophies. Yeah. At the end of the day, people pay their money to watch good football. And, you know, over the last 2 years and a bit, it's been like crap, isn't it? I mean, let's be honest with you, it's been rubbish.
Yeah.
So we haven't got an identity at the moment, have we?
No.
This is the problem.
No.
Let's face it, right? They said it when they turned up. We're here to make money. Right? They've shown us nothing but that. Because you look at how much we've spent on transfers, it's up around 800 million or 600 million, whatever it was. I saw a figure. If you look at what they've spent on property, it's in the billions.
Yeah.
I saw it in one of the WhatsApp groups that how much they've spent on properties, and you know
they own all of High Road.
Yeah, it's safe money. It's safe money in property because you're never going to lose on it.
Yeah, they you see the High Road, White Hart Lane, just walking up that High Road, they own all of the properties on that road.
Yeah.
I know this because I live very close to the stadium. In fact, I'm basically in the heart, so I actually know what's going on. Like I said, they're looking to knock down my building soon. So I know this. They own everything, but there's no ambition.
The Chick King's going as well.
Them. Yep.
This is it. It's easy for me as a fan who lives in 100 miles away from Tottenham to say, yeah, Enoch out, get rid, you know, they're rubbish, you know. But let's think about the fans that live in Tottenham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enoch have basically forced them out of their home so they can build their monster. The least they can do now is put a team on the pitch.
Yeah.
For the fans.
You know, can I be honest with you? Obviously, you guys will obviously disagree with this stance, and I understand it because your standards were always better than how I saw Tottenham. And it's just based on my experience supporting Tottenham. That's why I'm saying it like this. But they even show they don't have no ambition, you know, when it comes to the football, because they sack a successful manager that has won a trophy. And I'm not saying he didn't deserve the sack. I wanted him out. Yes, let me make it clear. I'm not justifying them keeping him. But you choose to sack a manager that has won you a trophy in many years. There's no ambition. That just shows no ambition, zero ambition. Because you don't even appoint someone with some sort of pedigree. There's no ambition. I was against the franking when a lot of people were comparing him to Poch. For those that haven't watched me on other channels, that's why I'm going through this dialogue. A lot of them were comparing him to Poch. Poch started from nothing. Yes, he brought us where we have. Look, Frank is not that manager. I had this one there, and I said to when I went onto all channels, I said this one there. My biggest fear is turning into the Brentfords, the Brightons, the Bournemouths, the Fulhams of this world. And look at where we are right now. The football is not even, it's no football.
No, I get what you're saying, TJ.
Yeah.
I think we all agree on that. I think we all agree on that at the end of the day. It's just, I think everyone's got a different view of, for argument's sake, like Nigel's got to the end of his tether with Frank, like I did with Ange, after the Chelsea game. Right? As soon as I saw that Chelsea game, I'm like, what's this geezer doing? And that was it for me. Gone. I want him out. Now, I know that Brian's coming in. I know that Nige, I think, hello, Brian. Sitting on the fence is the wrong way to say it, Nige. But you were sort of, I'm not sure, but I want to give him a chance and And I remember you saying, you want him to have the window a few weeks ago, and then it's changed for you really quickly, and you've sort of gone, I've seen enough of this now. I'm out of here. You know what I mean? I don't want him here no more. What was it, Nige, that tipped you over the edge to be Frank out?
I'm just, and it's not like I'm strong Frank out. It's not like get him out of my club. I am more just like, I don't think he's a man that's going to take us forward. I don't enjoy the football. It's just the football that I'm watching. It's just not fun to watch. I think, tactically, and I think you could get more out of the players. But again, who do we replace him with? This is the problem. We could get rid of Frank tomorrow. If we lose to West Ham, he could well go. But who are we going to replace him with? Yeah.
You know? Absolutely.
Well, we just got to sort this super chat out, mate.
All right, sorry.
Tim Man, big up, mate. £10 super chat, mate.
I will read it out, Tim Man. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah,
we really appreciate that. Thank you. This board have always been reactionary. Enoch, do the bare minimum. Agreed. We buy to replace, or if there's an opportunity in the market, most of the time, Tim Man, agree with that. We never add like our rivals. Enoch will never change. Big up, guys. There you go. Any comments from anyone on Tim Man's super chat? And Brian, welcome. I hope you're well, mate.
First of all, big up to you two, Marks. Haven't seen or spoken to you for ages.
Long time.
So couldn't come on the last one, but I made sure I could come on today. Nige, it's always a pleasure. TJ, good to see you, buddy. Sorry to get back to your what's that, brother? It's been a crazy time for me at the moment.
Listen,
I apologize.
I totally understand. It's all good, man. You don't have to say sorry.
No,
You
I
don't
do,
have to
man.
say
I
sorry,
do.
man.
Yes, I do, man. I should have got back to you and I haven't. So I apologise, brother. Hope everyone is well and everyone in the chat. Yeah, interesting times at Tottenham, isn't it? I will say I did a massive thing on We Are Tottenham TV after the Bournemouth game. I've stopped defending Frank as venomously as I was. I don't agree with the abuse he's getting. The abuse, it's disgusting. And no fan should be doing that. I did think he would be the man. I did think with better players and better setup kind of than what Brentford have. What you got to remember is Brentford are a seriously, brilliantly run football club, a community club, a club that may not be nowhere near as big as us, but are run 10 times better than us. And for whatever reason, it just isn't working out. I see this charming guy is in your chat. Okay. Yeah, this guy's not a nice guy.
Everyone's welcome here, Brian, as long as they don't go personal at anyone or start swearing and all that.
Trust me, this guy has gone. Yeah, that guy's gone very personal with me. On other channels.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, this is your channel. Where's it going? Yeah, Spurs, they're just not doing things the way other football clubs do, and it's a real shame. And I was going to give Enoch 2 windows. We spoke earlier today, Mark, as in Cook. I am very happy with the Gallagher signing. I didn't want him underhand. I didn't think maybe it was the Chelsea connection that was ruling my heart, but I didn't think he was the man to take us or that would suit us. But then you look at what we're missing. He's exactly in the midfield department. He brings leadership, he brings fight, he brings grit, he brings work, working for the team. That's Toxic, I believe. No, that's Audio. That's Audio Artisan. Not Toxic Headshot. Big up Audio. So yeah, I am very happy with this signing. You look at it, people will go, oh, it only happened because of Benson Core. I look at it, and do you know what? That could be the reason. Like Mawani with Solanke, but do you know what? Spurs have had a situation, and rather than going by a youngster that might do it in a couple of years, or someone from an unknown team and lesser division, they've gone and got someone that has done it in England, been a captain in England, an England international. And the most important thing about this and the Johnson deal, have you realised Tottenham Hotspur have done 2 transfers, big transfers, with not one hiccup in the deal? Not one. Yep. Not, we're haggling over 5 million or the wage. Johnson, gone. New Year's Day, it was rumoured, bang, off you go. Whether people agree with it or not, no hiccups with Palace, no last-minute snags, no, oh my God, it's going to break down. And Conor Gallagher, a big transfer that normally would have so many, oh no, is it going to happen? We've stalled. Oh no, they want more. Or bang. So Spurs have got to build their bridges in the transfer market with teams because of all the shenanigans prior. And out of 2 deals, they've got them both done within, a day, 2 days?
Yeah.
So
the thing is with Gallagher, let's face it, he's going to be our best midfielder. Available midfielder.
But
and
he's our best midfielder. When all our midfielders are fit, and I'm not talking Simmons and Maddison because they're the attacking side, the central midfielders, even if they're all fit, he's our best one.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to. He walks straight into our team and he improves us immediately.
Look at how far we have dropped. Look at how far our standards have dropped. And even I'm saying, like 2 years ago, I would have said, hell no to Conor Gallagher. Now I'm saying Conor Gallagher is a great signing for Tottenham.
Yeah. It
just shows how far our standards have dropped. And for me, I blame Enoch. Enoch has to go. Simply, I can't support the process. And, they've had too many years to change their ways. When I went to the protest for Levy, it was Levy and Enoch out.
Yeah.
Marky was there. Most of them fans are not serious about protesting. They were singing Kulizeski's song and all of this nonsense. I was saying Enoch has to go as well, and I'm keeping that standard because for me, they have no ambition. Look how far we have dropped. Look at the players that we have in our squad. Look at even where we are right now. Our top 6 side, the standards have dropped. But TJ, sorry, go for it, my friend.
No, you do know, and I mean Spurs on social media. I've been having so much. I haven't responded, but I want to. Conor Gallagher in his last season at Chelsea was in the top 5 of pretty much every midfield stat, the metric in the Premier League.
I know.
So when you say standards drop, but then the thing that makes me laugh is I've had Spurs fans coming at me, and I've seen people arguing, going, he can't even get the game with Atletico Madrid. He must be absolutely shit. He hasn't played. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. Ever heard of a player called Gareth Bale?
Yeah.
Did he play in Spain a lot? Did he not?
It's true.
Just because that, you know what I mean? It's like the guys come from Atletico Madrid. The fans love him. He didn't get games there. Okay. Not saying he's going to be the be all and end all, but Tottenham aren't going to go, TJ. From side, you do also. This is the other stat with Enoch. You do realise who do you reckon the last senior midfielder we signed before Conor Gallagher?
Cool.
Senior, and I mean established.
Bentancur?
He's Basuma.
Oh, right.
He's Basuma.
Yeah, he's Basuma. Yeah, you're right.
Everything else has been your Greys, your Bergvals, So we've gone in. We're not going to go from Bergvals, SARS, whatever, to for example, a Declan Rice at 100 million. It ain't just going to happen.
Of course not. But my look, I'm making it clear when I say this. I think it's a great signing for Tottenham, but for me, it's not what we need right now. We should have gone for a ball-playing midfielder, a Ruben Neves. That's just an example. One player that go for it. Sorry. Someone.
So I was going to say. I was just going to. I think he's everything we need right now.
You think so?
I agree. We need a ball-playing midfielder as well, but
okay.
Conor Gallagher gives you absolutely everything. He runs all day. Correct. He can tackle. He can score.
Never
he drives with the ball. He is a leader, and more than anything, leader is exactly what we need. And I tell you now, in a month's time, every single Spurs fan that has said, "Oh, Conor Gallagher, he's not for me," will absolutely love him.
Yeah, no, look, I'm not saying.
I'm not saying TJ. I'm not saying you.
I just want to make it clear so my points come through clearly. I'm not saying I'm against this Conor Gallagher move. I think right now he's the perfect signing for Tottenham because our midfielders are just not at that level. So he walks into our squad. I think another thing that is really good about Conor Gallagher, he's very versatile. He can play in attacking midfielder role. He's done it in Crystal Palace. He can play DM. He can play centre midfield. He is very universal, and Frank will love a player like Conor Gallagher. I'm just making the claim that it's not the profile we actually needed, in my opinion. That's not me saying Conor Gallagher is a poor signing. I'm saying, realistically, our problems on the pitch should have been ball playing. We should have brought in a ball playing midfielder.
Well, maybe that's the next one.
Yeah, TJ, that's it. Exactly that.
Yeah,
because you got to look at
one. Yeah.
You know what you got to look at, TJ, is this all sparked into life. A, Bentancur's injury, but B, Villa were on the verge of getting the deal done.
Yeah.
Now, do you say we need a Conor Gallagher and a ball-playing midfielder, which I completely agree with you. Completely, totally and utterly agree with you. Or do you say, yeah, but we need that ball-playing midfielder, but we also need a Conor Gallagher? You don't. If he's available and he's about to get snagged, do you know what? If we hadn't got him and he went to Villa and he starts playing brilliant, every single Spurs fan, whether the ball-playing midfielder came in or not, would be, Why didn't we get Gallagher? I agree. We need, mate. I've just put a tweet out. Apparently, it's breaking that Marteta might want to leave Palace in January.
Yep.
If that's true, I would be all over him. All over him. Literally all over him. And send Mawani back. Send Mawani back because I've been speaking with Ben from We Are Tottenham, and I said to him, at what point do us as Spurs fans actually have this conversation? And I said to him, you do know Vincent Janssen did more for Spurs and scored goals in the Premier League. Only a few, 4 I think it was. And a lot of them were off the bench. He just doesn't look like this is a striker who has scored goals wherever he goes. If we could say, get Mateta and send Mawani back, I'd do it like that. Like that. I think Mateta is a great player. Honestly, he's a force to be reckoned with. But like you said, TJ, we need that ball playing midfielder. But it's just when these players become available, don't they? Or if Spurs go and say, right, we want him. What do you want? We're taking him.
Yeah.
One more thing on Gallagher as well. I don't know whether any of you guys have seen it on Twitter and different sites. There's a clip of him doing like a double tackle for Madrid, and he gets in, he gets the ball, the crowd go crazy. He chases the ball again, goes into another tackle, wins a tackle, the crowd go crazy, and the manager's going nuts. Just imagine how flat Tottenham is sometimes when we're watching Spurs. Yeah. Don't we just need that? Running about the pitch, flinging some tackles in, getting the crowd up, because that's exactly what
that's why a lot of fans have fallen in love with Palhinha. Whether he's good on the ball in terms of passing, that could improve, right? But his passion is what we fall in love with. And this is why I ultimately say Kolo Muani does not want to play in a Spurs shirt. We need him gone. There's no passion. There's no desire. And you know what? I can even go far enough. And look, you might think I'm deluded to say this, but I actually see more passion from players like Telly Capital and Richarlison, as much as he is so poor. As much as he's so poor, I actually see sometimes as glimpses of running. Kolo Muani, he needs to go, in my opinion. I'm sorry, I haven't seen nothing from him. He's a waste of a loan. And we were forced into it because of, obviously, the Solanke injury. But that's just my opinion on Kolo Muani, to be honest with you. Passion is what we miss. We miss that. We don't have no players that want to play for Tottenham. It's sad.
I'll have my pennies worth before Mark gets to this question. For me, Conor Gallagher, I think, is everything that we need at the moment. Everything that we need at the moment. That doesn't mean he's the solution to the problem, because obviously it has to be added to, you know. I think he's a very good player. And more importantly, more than anything else, you said about Palhinha, TJ.
Yeah.
Right? He's a man.
Yeah.
True.
Conor Gallagher's coming in. He's a man.
True.
Right? As much as you can say about Archie Gray and Bergvall, even Oddie Byrne-Tell, to a degree, they're not built like men yet. They're not physical enough. And that's half the problem for them, because they're not physical enough. You know, it's just difficult for them to break in, because when they do play, a lot of the time, they're so underwhelming. Do you know what I mean? And I think the thing that Tottenham need to do now is go the right way. They've done it all about face, but you've got your Bergvalls, you've got your Greys. If you really believe in them, bring some senior players in now, that go and win you those games more regularly in 60, 70 minutes, so you can go at 3-0 up. There you go, lads. Go and see it out for us. And they're playing against men for 20 minutes. You know what I mean? That's just where, and I think we have to continue with, you know, he's not the highest level, he's not the highest bracket, but like someone said earlier, I don't think we're there yet. We've got to sort out our scouting system. Yeah, we spend the money. I don't think anyone can say that we don't spend the money, right? It's how we spend it.
Mhm.
Do you know what I mean? And that's where I am with it. But I think it's a blinding signing for 40 million quid. Now, all I can say to you is, right, and it's my last word on it. 2 signings for 40 million quid. One's a kid, Archie Gray. One's a man, Conor Gallagher. Which one are you playing?
Yeah, there you go.
Well, just to comment on that, Mark. This is the great thing about this signing. With Archie Gray, he's been shoved into last season Ange's injury crisis and had to play in multiple positions, which I think in the long run is actually going to help him tactically be aware of where danger is when he's in midfield. So that isn't a stab at Ange. It's just the way it was.
Mm.
But these youngsters are normally chucked in and go, off you go. There you go.
Mm.
You look at teams like Liverpool when they sign youngsters or they have a youngster coming through their academy, they for every one they bring in like 3 experienced professionals.
Yeah.
And like I'll go for example with Pochettino and Dele Alli. Dele Alli in that team was so good at such a young age, but like Gary Neville used to say at Man U, he goes, I was the least technical player out of the outfield players. All I needed to do is make sure I did my job. And if I was having a bad day, there were 10 other world-class players that could get me out of trouble or win the game or do whatever. These youngsters at Tottenham have got no one to look up to, no one to say, right, okay, I'm going to learn off you. You've got the right mentality. You've got the right work ethic. You approach training right. It's all these youngsters getting thrown in the deep end saying, yeah, we're going to keep playing you. In a couple of years, you'll be the main man. They need people like Conor Gallagher to see them in training, to see what they do in games. You got to remember, like you said, Gallagher was captain of Chelsea. He's been in the Champions League. He's been title pushes. He knows what it's about. I loved your quote. You just said Archie Gray about a boy and Conor Gallagher a man. You're bang on.
Yeah. We definitely need more men in the team. Definitely. We need ready-made players to come straight in and improve us immediately. Right, let's get to this question.
Yep.
What are your guys' thoughts on Frank's position if we lose to West Ham tomorrow? It's going to be tough, I think. It's going to be tough, but I'm the same as TJ said. I don't think they'll sack him this year. If they're going to get rid of him, it'll be in the summer.
Yeah.
I
think he'd have to go on a shocking run. Do you know what I mean? If he loses tomorrow, loses the Dortmund game and Burnley beat us, he might be gone. If he loses, I just can't see us losing all 3 games. I think we'll win tomorrow. I do, and that's not just because I'm going. I just think not that Tottenham are that good. I just think West Ham are that crap. But they always turn up for Tottenham, don't they? You know what it's like. It's their big cup final. You know, and they always show a bit of grit. I'm sure the match will kick off. They're going to get stuck in, have it large with us, and see if we've got the minerals to have it with them. And you know, if Tottenham ain't got the minerals for a big derby tomorrow, right? If West Ham start putting it about a bit, or you know, start outplaying us a little bit, like Villa did in the first half last week, yeah. I think the last thing that the Spurs players need is the fans getting on their back. So I think a strong start tomorrow. Come out, get the fans on side, get the singing going, quieten West Ham fans down, and let's have a little go at them early and see what they've got. That's what I think, anyway.
I agree.
What all I got to say to you, mate, is let's pray they win because you haven't been in there for 25 years.
No.
So if they don't win tomorrow, then it's your fault.
And if they win tomorrow, let me tell you. Let me make this mark. Let me say this here. If they win tomorrow, you have to go to every home game because that's a change of dynamic. You've made us win.
You have to do me a GoFundMe.
I will say, if I don't really want to talk about losing tomorrow because it's unbearable. I know you're saying they may not, like you think you may last the season. If we lose tomorrow, that place is going to be so toxic.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I was at the Villa game with Ben, and to hear people big up Mr. Crossamano,
Big up, Colin.
to Nita and Barbaric, and everyone else watching. I was there at the Villa game, and to hear sections of the South Stand singing "You're getting sacked in the morning" at half time to your own manager, it's not right.
No.
During the game, if you want to do it after the game or near the full-time whistle, that's fine. But this is I was heartbroken because the FA Cup means everything to me, everything. Because that's a cup growing up we used to win. That's the cup that was synonymous with Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. And now, if people were to say, if all of us in 1991, I know you weren't born, TJ, but in 1991,
I wish you guys had better time than me. Let's carry on. Sorry about that.
No worries, bro. If you had said to any football fan, let alone Spurs fans, that after winning it for the 8th time, the first club to do it, Tottenham won't be in an FA Cup final for 35 years, let alone win it, everyone, the Phil fans, Chelsea, whatever, said, no. Unfortunately, this is the cup. They'll be there. But to hear that, but honestly, going back to it, if we lose tomorrow, that place, especially with the ENIC protest, is going to be at a tense state anyway. Lose, dear Lord, I fear for him, because we know with this board, as soon as they turn big, they're cowards and they act. Can
I add something to what you're saying? For me, I made it very clear that I didn't want Frank. Like I was saying this off show. I just wouldn't want him to get sacked, because for me, we're in such a big mess right now. I don't want to pile on the mess. Do you get where I'm coming from? I can give him until the season, because ultimately you've got other managers that will be able to come in and fix this problem. E.g. Pochettino, Nagelsmann, you've got Tuchel. There's managers that, there's many managers out there, So for me, I think if we sack Frank halfway through the season, in fact, if we sack Frank after the West Ham game, because I'm seeing online a lot of people are saying if we lose to West Ham, it's Frank, he needs to go, right? I can't see Tottenham sack another manager. We have to at least give him till the season, because then what was the point of sacking Ange? Do you get where I'm coming from? We should have at least given him until the next window. Like, this is what I'm trying to say. There was so many red flags to this appointment, and I didn't really want him. But that's my take on it. Personally, I don't want Frank at Tottenham. I've made it clear. I am technically Frank out, but it's like, for me, I don't want him to go until the summer.
I get what you're saying, TJ. I really do. I totally understand. I think I'm at the point where if we lose, and it is unthinkable that we lose, I just don't see how we lose tomorrow. If we do lose tomorrow, he would have to go, because we just can't carry on. We're already a shit show. So what does losing another manager, what's it going to change? Not a lot. I don't know. I get what you're saying. Why sack him? We might as well keep him to the end of the season. But if we can't just keep on losing every week, at some point, there's got to be a cut-off. Now, like I said, I don't think we will lose tomorrow. I think Frank could be fine. I think he will probably see out the season. I don't think he'll be the manager next season, though. But, yeah, if we lose tomorrow, I think the board will have no choice.
They're panicked.
Especially with the protests.
Yeah.
With the protests and Tottenham losing, I don't see any way that Frank stays.
Well, if we lose again tomorrow with the protest before the game, it's just going to get louder in the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
The ENIC out and all that. It'll just get louder and louder and louder. What was the game? Was it the Man United game when 3/4 of the ground was singing it? 3-0 at home in the ENIC, like over half.
That was with El Sakiko with Nuno.
Yes.
And we started singing Levy Out for the first time, and my God, it was the best thing I've seen in that stadium. To hear that lovely gospel music, I started screaming from the top of my goddamn lungs. It was lovely. It was lovely.
Was that when his wife put her hand on his knee?
Yeah.
No, that was Brentford. That was Brentford. Ironically, when Frank tore us apart.
Listen. If they go 1-0 down tomorrow, you won't hear Levy out. You'll be hearing even ENIC out, mate. I'll tell you that now.
Mate,
hopefully that'll go out loud and clear tomorrow if that happens.
Mate, I have to listen. I'll tell you something just to be prepared, and people that have gone to that ground will know. The stadium, the atmosphere in the concourse around the goal line bar and around the stadium, wherever you are in this stadium, is so loud. It's so incredible. But then when you get into the stadium, people are all over the shop. So you got all it. So it's very, very, mate. Listen, when we started singing, I remember we did a massive protest. We'd never done a midweek protest, but after the 6-1 to Newcastle, that defeat where they were 5-0 up in 20 minutes, my group that I was with, I don't say my group's in mine. It weren't mine. It was a combined effort, but I mean the group I was part of. We decided for the first time ever we were going to do a midweek game protest, and obviously it meant finishing work early, getting everything set up, doing everything, travel, because it was when people started singing Levy Out, there were people that looked at you like you were a piece of shit for singing it. I know things have changed now and things are getting more and more, but what you think, at 1-0 down, they were the fan base in the ground that obviously stay a lot outside or on social media, but when they come into the ground, they'll probably turn around and start singing Sacked in the Morning again rather than going for the board.
Wow, that's madness to me, because all we're going to end up doing is just going round in the circle again, and it just frees ENIC up for another 6 months, year. So the process starts again. Do you know what I mean?
And that's what I was saying. Our fans have lost the plot, because when I was protesting for Levy, they were singing Kulusevski songs. They wasn't singing ENIC out. They wasn't saying nothing about ENIC. Our fans have some goldfish memory. Look, fortunate for me, I would say I've only been a fan for nearly 12 to 13 years. Yes, when I was young, obviously you're not really serious as much as I am serious now. I've had enough. I've had enough of it. For those that have experienced ENIC for 25 years, don't you think most of them should be saying ENIC out?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, but we all know what ENIC will do. When the pressure grows on them, and hopefully it will after the protest tomorrow, the first thing they'll do is in the summer, Frank will be gone and Poch will be back after the World Cup. And that'll shut the fans up, because Poch is universally loved.
No, but I disagree with, even if they was to bring in Pochettino, they still need to go, because that just shows they made the wrong decision to sack Pochettino. Yeah. The same way I was asking a few of my work colleagues that are Tottenham about the Conor Gallagher signing. Are you giving ENIC time? And them basic questions to see where their mind is after this Conor Gallagher has come in. I would say maybe 70% of them. But there's about 10 of them, yeah. So I would say seven out of the remaining, right? We're like, yeah, we need to give ENIC time. ENIC is showing ambition, I don't care if we brought in Conor Gallagher or we brought in Pochettino. They need to go. They need to simply go.
Yeah.
Just to say as well, I don't know if people have clued onto this. We sell Brennan Johnson for 35 million. The Lewis kids have already said there's 150 million and So 35 million for Johnson. I'd add that on to the 150. Whether it does or not's different. But all we've done is brought Gallagher in and this young left back for probably 45 million. We ain't hardly spent anything. We've only spent 10 million quid. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what? Even I will say on this one, Mark, yes, I want Spurs to move quicker. I want the names to come in. But it's day 16 of the window. We've obviously gone long. The two players Manchester City have bought in with Guehi en route, one had a release fee and one was in the final 6 months of his contract and could have liked what Ericsson was. And Liverpool didn't make the move in January and they did. And people will go to them for obvious reasons. Spurs need to start showing that they're going to be serious. Do I think they're going to spend 185 million? No, I don't. No, I do not. But you got to remember, we're selling players. I mean, other teams have got to find their replacements, and we've heard that shit before. But Spurs should be going in and going, right, we want him, we need him.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Yeah.
But I don't think right now. You look at it. Spurs peak Poch were a very, very, very attractive sell. The new stadium was on its way. Two Premier League title serious challenges, like we were the only real challengers throughout the season. An English core with 6 internationals. There was a great record with Pochettino, even at Southampton, the amount of people that got their full internationals when he was managing them. And obviously right now we're a club in disarray. We're a club in absolute disarray. And it's not going to be the next day, right, first window, here we go, everything's going to fall into place. I do expect them to spend more money. I do expect a winger at least to come in, and a decent winger at that, not another youngster we'll see in 3 years. I expect to see a proper winger proven to come in, but it's day 16. It's day 16. And you know what? Normally, apart from the season we signed Werner and Dragusin, all our signings have been on deadline day.
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah. What bothers me about it, Brian, is we get the old thing, the closer it gets to the end of the window, well, we're really interested in Joe Bloggs, but unfortunately, they need to find a replacement for him. They're willing to sell him, but they won't let him go until they've got a replacement, and that's that one knocked on the head. And let me just say, before everyone continues chatting, because we're having a great chat in here tonight, 50 odd of you in here. Smash the sub for Tottenham on tour, for Pure Coys, for TJ. Is it into Spurs, TJ?
Spurs, my friend.
Yeah, smash the sub over there for all those chaps, and also for us as well. And please like the stream. Go on, chaps, carry on. Sorry, Brian's cut you off.
Rich's man is a top man. I love Rich. Rich is a top man, top geezer.
Big up, Rich.
But yeah, like I said, the window, we'll see. Go on, Nigel. Go on, buddy.
Sorry, mate. I was just going to say, what I find just disappointing, and I get it, we are only 16 days in. We have got plenty of time, and there is a good chance we could sign a couple more players yet. What's disappointing for me, there is no plan. You know, we should have had a plan going into this January window. And in these 16 days so far, we've lost a couple more league games. We've gone out of the FA Cup. Our season's effectively over. If we had a plan, maybe we still be in the FA Cup. But you are right. Yeah. There is plenty of time left.
Well, no, you look at it, the one position that really is pissing me off about it all is you sold Brennan Johnson.
Yeah.
Now, one of my things I wanted to see different was players like Brennan Johnson, if they're not first team regulars and the manager doesn't see you play them regularly, sell them for the money so you can reinvest it into the player, into the team. And don't wait till they've got 6 months left on their contract and extend it for another year to try and get money. And then you get pittance, or you end up sending them on loan and they leave on a free transfer. So I liked that Spurs did it. Not that it was Johnson, that Spurs said, you know what, he's not in our plans. Out you go. But I would have thought right, if he's going, Spurs are ready with a lined up replacement, like they're ready to go. They didn't. Then you lose Kudus, and it's like, right, we've gone from having left wing was a major issue, but now we've got players that they may not be the best, but they can play there. Your Odebears, your Tells, so on and so on. They can play there. There is no right winger at the club apart from when Kulusevski comes back and can play there. So left wing was an issue for quality, and we thought we had Kudus and Johnson as the impact sub or whatever. And then when Kulusevski comes back, and now we've got a plethora of everyone on the left, and there's no one on the right. So when it comes to planning, this whole right wing scenario is ludicrous.
They didn't plan for it.
Exactly.
And you know the worst thing is, you know, we were all screaming about bringing in a left winger, an experienced left winger. That was our narrative. Now, realistically, in the January transfer window, I don't think we're going to get a left wing. So we need to focus on this right winger, you know. And as soon as we find the winger, we need to put the money down. We need it ASAP. In my opinion, in fact, yeah, Conor Gallagher has come to Tottenham. You know, Sousa has come to Tottenham. You know, I personally believe the first signing should have been a winger, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I said it. I said it myself. You know what? My mind has gone absolutely blank. Carry on, guys.
Carry on, TJ.
Should I say the last bit? What I said? I said personally, the first signing that we should have made in the January window should have been the right winger or a winger position. Yes, we definitely needed the midfield. We definitely needed the left back. But for me personally, I thought the most important position in our squad should have been the winger position. And the fact that we haven't got the winger position and we have nobody on the right proves they didn't plan. Proves that this Brennan Johnson signing wasn't a plan by Tottenham.
Yeah.
Clearly, Crystal Palace plan. Oh, yeah, sorry. Sorry.
That's what I was going to say. I was one of those who was like, when Johnson was leaving, it's like, oh my God, we're selling Johnson right at the start. We must have a plan. There must be someone coming in. Johnson goes, I'm like, well, no one's coming yet. And then Kudus gets injured and we haven't done anything. And from what Frank's saying today, we're not going to do much. You know, forward players we're not going to be bringing in.
That's madness.
I can't accept that. I can't accept that.
No.
That's
madness. Don't believe managers when they say that, Nigel. It's all the head games, isn't it? It's all the right. You got to remember, this is the club that have gone out and said we're after this guy and whatever, and then we get gazumped or we get whatever. So when they say this, like they said with Solanke, we're not going to bring anyone in because we thought he was going to be back soon. They knew he weren't. They knew full well he weren't, but they don't want to say, by the way, we're looking for a striker, because then every other team in the world knows, right, if they come in for a striker, we can now lift our money up. We know they're desperate. So it's all smoke and mirrors and mind games.
Cloak and
that's all it is. Yeah. Unless you're a Manchester City or a Chelsea or a Liverpool that will spend and go, right, you want to buy it? All right, you want to challenge us? Let's do this. Let's go head to head. Guess what? You're going to lose on both wages paid, transfer fees, and what we can offer the player as in potential winning things. You're not going to do it. So we've seen it time and time and time where we get gazumped because we've made it clear what our intent is. So as much as Frank's saying that, it could be very true, but to me, it's all mind games. Every Premier League or football manager.
You know, but the intent. Sorry, can I just add on to what you've just said? Although, right now we are in a very poor position in the league, so players look at it like that. They also look at it like, why should I go to Tottenham when maybe a Chelsea, or not even just a Chelsea, Aston Villa, a Newcastle, let's just say a Liverpool, a better team would come in for them. But realistically, the intent shouldn't be, okay, if a club wants 60 million, you shouldn't be like, yeah, this is too much to spend. We should be putting the money down. In fact, I'll be honest with you, it might sound uneducated. We should be overspending, because where we are right now, we definitely need them sort of players. And if the wage is what the problem is, there hasn't been anything that has changed, in my opinion.
No ambition, TJ.
That's exactly what I've been saying. Yeah. There's no ambition
to win anything. As long as the tills keep ringing and ticking over, we're making what, £2 million a game.
Lubo said it earlier on a stream. He said that you don't have to spend millions and millions. We don't have to spend 60, 70, 80 million on players. The recruitment has to be right. And that's what's been so wrong with this club for years.
Agreed. Absolutely agreed. We've got to get some much better scouting in this in this club.
In my opinion, the worst thing they ever did is get rid of David Pleat. He was an eyes on the ground merchant. The
worst thing they ever did, Mark, is not listen to Paul Mitchell.
Yeah, and that.
Just going to say that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, all right. Well, we'll move on to the game tomorrow anyway, and we can talk a bit more about the protest. West Ham tomorrow. What are you expecting team-wise tomorrow, chaps? So I've sort of put a little thing on me thing here of what I think he will play tomorrow. I'm just going to read it out for you. Let me get it up here. Here we go. I've made it. So you can tell me what other changes you'd think you'd make. So I think it'll be Vicario in goal. It will be Porro, Romero, Van de Ven and Spence. Then I think it'll be a double pivot, because I've heard Paulini is injured. Don't know how true it is. We'll see tomorrow.
I've heard that too.
One person has said it on Twitter.
Yeah.
And he's the same guy that said Xavi Simon was going to be benched, which I don't think in a million years was going to happen in a game of this importance. Make of it what you will, but it's been one person that has said it. No Alistair Gold or anyone like that.
Yeah. I'm just letting you know what I've heard.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if Paulini is fit, I would leave Gray out and have Gallagher and Paulini with like a Simmons in front as your 10.
Mm-hmm.
I think on the wings you can only go Odibert and Tell. I don't know what else you can do, and Moani up front. That's it. That's where I am with it. I don't know what you guys think about that.
Yeah, I think Solanke will play a part because they got to get minutes into him.
Yeah,
so I'm not sure if he's ready to do 90.
Wouldn't have thought so.
Probably not. He might get half. He might get 40 minutes, 30 minutes. But he needs building up again if he's finally fit. But it's funny, he comes back and Richie gets injured. They've never been fit
every time, isn't it?
Yeah,
every time. It's like there's ships in the night, isn't it? One gets injured, one's back, and honestly, they're never both fit at the same time. Right? Does anyone want to talk about the protest tomorrow? Obviously, I'm going, and I know that.
Before you go on to that topic, can I just add with what my lineup's a bit different to yours.
Go for it.
Instead of Romero, I want to see Danso play, in my opinion. I really like the partnership between Romero and Danso. Oh, no, when I say Romero, Van de Ven and Danso, that's what I meant. Whenever he has been on the pitch, for me, he's good aerially. He does his job, and he's for me. I don't know what's going on with Romero. I doubt that would happen because obviously Romero's our captain, right? But if I was to choose the lineup, I would change that position in terms of I would start Danso. I heard the news as well about Polina, so I've got Archie Gray, but I hope Polina's there, and I would play Conor Gallagher. Yeah. And we can't really change anything going up top. So basically, that's the same lineup, but just the difference is the centre back.
Yeah,
this is an interesting comment here as well.
That was what I was just going to say. Yeah. I was just going to bring that up. What anyone's thoughts on that? Because I like Jed Spence as a player, right? I haven't got anything against Jed Spence at all, but I think when he plays left back, he's just totally out of position, and I think it negates when we are going down the line. He's got to pull back on himself all the time and come back because he hasn't got a left foot. So, I'm not a huge Ben Davies fan, as everyone knows, but at least he's got a left foot. So if he does get down that line, he can put a ball over.
I've got quite a bit to say. So first of all, Ben Davies, when he was mentioned in the Sunderland squad, all Spurs fans were like, oh my God, what's he done? Oh my God, it's Ben Davies. Oh my good God, what's going on? He was our best player by far. And in the first half in Villa, he did very, very well. One thing I'll say about Ben Davies, whether people think he's good enough or not, he has been a great servant to this football club, does not cause one bit of drama, doesn't bitch and moan and complain. Yes, he's earning a nice packet for sitting on the bench and everything like that. I would start Ben Davies tomorrow, but the reason I would start Ben Davies tomorrow is a player that I love in Pedro Porro needs a goddamn rest. He needs a goddamn rest. Since he's come to this football club, I've said it on many a stream and many a time, we have certain players that are overplayed and undervalued. And as I always say, I don't mean undervalued financially. I mean their body, their health. This guy doesn't pick up injuries, so we just play and play and play and play and play. You can see from displays where his passing has been atrocious. He needs a rest. Yeah. So I actually would start Ben Davies tomorrow. Like we've been saying, West Ham are so poor as well. I would start him. I agree with TJ. I even said it with Ben after the Villa game. I think our defence look a lot more organised.
Yeah.
When Romero's not there. Not saying Romero's not a great player and a great leader, but recently he's been very, very rash. He's been very, very hot and cold. The Liverpool game when he gave away the goal for the first goal with that really bad pass, which all season we've been saying how great his passing is. Then he loses his head and gets sent off. I think Danso and Van der Ven look very, very good together. Not saying it's our best partnership, but for stability, I think they look better.
Yeah,
I would start Solanke. I would start Solanke in this game. Yes, he may not be able to do 90. I'd rather him come on and start the game and play 60 and be able to get his foot in the ground and do something rather than come on with like 25, 30 minutes and go, right, you either need to dig us out of this hole or get that goal. Gallagher, whether Paulinia's fit or not, starts because you got to remember he cannot play in the Champions League.
Yeah.
So he ain't playing during the week. So Gray will get rested, or if Paulinia's injured, it will be Paulinia Gray. But I would start Solanke. I'd definitely start Tell on the left. Do you know what? I think he's improving. I'm not saying he's going to be the be-all and end-all. I'm not saying he's going to be the greatest player we've seen. But you know what? He's covered his set pieces at corners. He's got a great corner on him. He's looked more... He's the one that's taking shots outside the box, something that we haven't done for goddamn all season. So I would start Tell, and that leaves Odegaard to start on the right. So the only changes to yours, Mark, and to TJ's, where I agree with him with the Danso Van der Ven thing, is I would start Ben Davies and give Porro a rest ready for Dortmund. Because that's a massive game. His passing, his creativity and everything is going to be vital. So I'm hoping. But Frank had, do you know what? Frank didn't, Conte didn't, Ange didn't. This guy didn't get a rest. And people go, oh, his form's short. Where's he been? Well, he's played about 50 games a season and all 90 minutes for a majority of them. So I do think Porro definitely needs a rest.
It's funny that you say. It's funny that you say that because on my Friday show with Haz, I've actually changed what I said. I actually went with Ben Davies starting, but the reason why I went back down to Spence and playing Porro because I feel like Ben Davies should be playing in the Dortmund game, you know, and my honest opinion for Porro. We really need his crosses, in my opinion, for this West Ham game. That's the only reason why I've gone Porro start. But yeah, it's funny that you said that, to be honest with you. Because I did have that in the back of my mind, but I've just changed it, you know? But yeah.
Can I ask, go on, Mark. Go on.
No, I've never had a bad word to say about Davis.
Yeah.
He was always lumped in with Eric Dyers and all the rest of the sort of average deadwood we've had. But it's like Brian said, he's never kicked up a fuss. All right, he's getting paid well to sit on the bench or not be in the squad, but you know what I mean? He's always, all right, he's never a 9 out of 10, is he? He's never a 9 out of 10, but he's always a 6, 7.
6.5.
Yeah.
6.5.
I'll tell you what, Mark, he was a 9 for the first half against Sunderland. Yeah. That's for damn sure. Oh my God, my Canadian brother.
Yes.
I can't wait to be back in 2 weeks. I can't wait.
You know what? Sorry, before you guys go on, I'm gonna have to shoot because I've got a delivery and I haven't had any food, you know. So
go for it, man. Thanks
big
for
up,
coming
you guys. Thank you for having me on. You know, good substitution, Scott.
Scott is here.
Brilliant. Frank needs to do more substitutions like that, you know. I found the perfect opportunity. Boom. But carry on. Are you guys, before I go, can I ask you guys, are you guys all going to the protest? Obviously, Mark, I assume Mark, I know the other Mark is. Nigel, you going?
No, I got my youngest, so.
Okay, no worries. Daigle?
Nope. The only reason I'm not going is, first of all, I made commitments to We Are Tottenham TV way before it was even announced.
Okay.
And B, a majority of it is inside the stadium. And after the Villa game, when I walked out, I said, I'm like I did with Levy, I'm not stepping back in there. I'm back on hiatus, so I'm not stepping foot back in there. I said to Cookie earlier, until there's either they've gone or there is significant change in backing the managers, whoever the manager may be. So I can't get to the protest outside and to the watch along in time. So I did speak to Lyndon, who's the founder of Chelsea Spurs. If they do anything before I come back to Toronto on the 29th, I'll be there, no problem. This one was just too lately organised after I committed.
Oh, what a shame. Well, I'm glad that Scott. I assume you're not flying
over. He'll be here in the morning.
I assume you're not flying over.
Income just to fly over to London for a weekend.
For 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I'd be in the air longer than I would be in London if that was the case. But no, I was.
Yeah. Welcome to you, Scott. Nice to see you anyway.
Fair play. Anyway, guys, see you later.
Cheers.
Thank you for having me on.
Absolutely. See you soon, mate.
See you at the protest. I'll see you
tomorrow.
Yeah.
See you in the morning, man.
See you tomorrow.
Take care.
See you later.
Bye, mate. Big up, Scott. Welcome in.
Just in response to TJ's comment about wishes Frank made substitutions like this. I wish Frank had the level of me as a guest, as a sub option on his bench, but unfortunately he just doesn't have that talent. He doesn't have that talent to go to. If we did, Nige wouldn't be flip-flopping on his Frank stance, and Brian wouldn't be backing down. Everybody would be happy if we had that level of player to bring on, but no. How is it? I hope everybody's good. I've been listening a little bit So
thanks.
you guys
Cheers,
just
Scott.
continue on. I'll just join
Good.
in.
Nice
Scott,
one,
bro.
mate. Just one quick question, and it'll probably be a quick fire answer. But we're talking about the team today. We talk about how many injuries we've got and players that we can field as a best 11. I just want to bring another name into the hat because we say we're struggling in midfield. Would anyone go down the Yves Bissouma route?
Nope.
No. 3 no's.
No.
Yeah, no, I don't like what he did off the field, and I'm more.
Yeah.
I think I'm less forgiving than other fans. Like, to me, if he was a very good player, based on everything he's done off the field, I wouldn't want him. But to be honest, I don't even want him on the field. I know people were impressed when he came in from Brighton. I'll say I was excited for him, but he's shown over multiple managers, multiple seasons since he's been in Spurs, he's not good enough for me on the field, and certainly not off the field. I wouldn't even have him on the squad. I would have sent him home and said, "You're not part of Spurs anymore." Whether that's ripping up his contract or just saying, "You will keep your contract and you're not part of Spurs. You're not training with us. You're not doing anything." Like, I don't want him anywhere near the club, and I'm fine. I know other people were saying, "Oh, we lost the Super Cup because of it." I would happily lose the Super Cup rather than play him after what he's done.
Yeah.
Fair
He's
comment.
not sent out a good message, has he, with his actions off the pitch?
No.
Is it twice for the Blues?
Yeah, but not just that. And this is where we're at. Any other big club that a player continuously does this, goodbye. Goodbye. You're done. You've put the club in disrepute. You've done this on multiple, turned up late for training, done all these things. But because we are in such a bad state with options, it's like, oh my God, the rebirth. He could come back and be like, no, you've brought the club a lot of shame. And for the second time, then he comes up with I'm sorry, I was depressed, and mate, you're talking to a guy that has dealt with mental health for a substantial amount of time and addiction. If I was, every time something rocked me, said, right, do you know what, I'm gonna go get a packet of Coke or go on a bender, don't work that way. It don't work that way. I just wouldn't. If he's on the bench, he's on the bench. We've got no options. But what kind of message does that send out to players? You can fuck about Spurs, you can do balloons, you can turn up training, whatever you want. And you'll get a rapper across the knuckles and put in time out. But then it's all forgotten, and you can just walk back in because we have no other option. Give one of the youth players a go.
Yeah.
At least they come on with pride, with determination, and fight for the badge.
Yeah. I just thought I'd ask the question because we're so short in midfield, and then whether it's crap or not, I heard about Paulinia tonight, and I thought, I just asked Gallagher's in, and I just wondered if you thought there was any chance that he might bring him back into the frame. I think what he done was just stupid. It's just acting like a kid, isn't he? Behaving like a kid, and it's just like ridiculous. That's just my opinion. And for me, I'm just a fan, but I wouldn't have him either. Not after that, and like Brian says, turning up late for training, I think that's a big no-no anyway for a footballer. It's not like you got to be there at 7 o'clock in the morning, is it? Do you know what I mean? They're rolling up at 9:30, 10 o'clock for training.
Mark, we were just speaking earlier about Conor Gallagher being in an example to set to the youngsters,
absolutely,
to follow and show this is what you do, this is how you train, this is. Well, Bissouma is the anti.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah,
Bissouma is the anti. We don't get me wrong. I will say for the first 10 games of Ange until he got sent off at Luton, I was privileged to go to the Burnley 5-2 away win and the 2-2 draw with the Filth.
Yeah.
The guy was an absolute monster. The guy was absolutely sensational. And then he got that stupid red card against the against Luton. Then he did it again against Forest.
Yeah.
With every manager that come, he's had a problem. It's just too much water under the bridge.
Yeah.
It's a real shame, though, isn't it? Because he is so talented. He is such a good player. But for whatever reason, his mentality just, you know, if he had Harry Kane's mentality, he'd be a great player.
Yeah, I was really excited when we signed him, but he's just been a complete letdown. Complete letdown.
The player he was at Brighton is exactly what we need right now. Like if we had that player and what he should have grown into based on his age and based on where he was in his career, that's the player we need. But I'm concerned, and maybe I'm making too big of a deal out of it, but I think that if Frank does end up going to him, that concerns me that because Frank has been about, you know, we're talking about culture, we're talking about the no dickheads policy. And if you start, and you've seen it maybe more in other sports that I've seen it when managers or coaches start to kind of bend what they believe in to allow some of those players in there, to me, that signifies that's the beginning of the end, because you're starting to no longer, it would be because you're panicking, right? And I think if Frank is going there, even if Paulinho is out and Bentancur is out and Gallagher isn't ready and Bergvall's out, I'm with Brian. I'd rather see a young player, and I'm someone who's very harsh on the youth players, but I'd be concerned that if Frank is going to Basuma, even if it's because we have injuries, is that he's starting to realize like he's panicking and he's bending or just ignoring what he believes in. And that's kind of when things start to, that you're done. Once you start doing that, you're done. Your time is at the end. So I hope we don't see him, even if we are really hurt with injuries.
Yep.
No, Edge, Mark, what do you think?
Well, no.
I don't know. If we have got injuries, then it's one of them, isn't it? We need to win tomorrow. We need 3 points. Can we trust a younger player? Maybe, but then that puts pressure on Frank. If he does play a young player, we lose. He's going to get it in the neck. If he plays Basuma, I totally get what Scott says. You can't back down. You know, he's already alienated him from the squad. If he brings him back now, again, it's a difficult one for Frank to manage, but this is what he gets paid well for, right?
No, you know what I will say that look, it didn't work out well for him, but look at Harry Winks when he made his debut against West Ham for Poch. Yes, it was that team, Poch's great team. I'd rather have someone come in who is the future of the club than someone that in 6 months' time or less than 6 months' time isn't part of the club. So you never know. Sometimes these youngsters, look what Mikey Moore did in that half against Vitesse or whoever it was, when in the second half, you never know. But you're right. If he does go with the youngster and it goes wrong, then everyone will go, oh, yeah, I don't want Basuma at the club, but let's now moan because of that, which, you know what, it may be fair. It may be fair. But there's players. I put it this way: if Alfie Devine, my boy, was here right now, I'd start him over Basuma every single day of the week. He's flying at Preston, absolutely flying. But this is where it is. But he's not part of the future of this football club, is he? So I'd rather see someone that could be a part of the future take his place.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great comment. Another player I wanted to mention, Brian, as you brought up Mr. Devine, Alfie Devine, is Luka Vuskovic on loan at Hamburg at the moment. Can I ask any of you, do you see him coming back to Spurs, or do you think they'll sell him? Because I see loads of interested people. I see he's number one, and he in Germany this year for Player of the Year, up to the halfway mark or whatever it is. And does he come back to us next year, chaps? Do you think, or is it a case of one of them might have to go, like a Romero, for him to come into the squad? Because we've got a Danzo. I think Dragusin might go, maybe. I don't know. What do you think, chaps? Because he seems like a fabulous talent.
Yeah, well, Dragusin is his agent, isn't it, kicking up all the fuss?
Yeah.
His agent's the one with all the, Matty Finney.
Seems to be, Mark. Yeah.
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 You know, I mean, all right, he's not going to be happy with his game time, is he? Because like he's had. I know he was injured for a long time, but you got to remember he wants to be on the plane to America. I take it Romania are there, are they?
I would assume so, mate.
Yeah. Well, I take it they would be. So he wants to be on the plane, doesn't he? And if he's not getting game time with us, like a lot of the internet, I don't know what the Romanian manager's name is. I don't know what he's like, but you know, if you're not playing for your team, you don't get in the national team either.
Sheriff, can I just say one thing? There's 2 Canadians on this, or one Canadian full time, one about to become a citizen of Canada. Q Scott him telling a joke. The World Cup is in Canada as well. Donald Trump won't let you know that, and Mexico.
Yeah.
So,
well, I'm not being disrespectful.
I'm only joking, mate. I'm only joking with you. I'm only joking with you. Listen,
it's Canada, USA, and Mexico, isn't it?
Mate, not if you watch the World Cup draw, you wouldn't think that Canada and Mexico were anything to do with it.
No.
But no, I'm only pulling your leg, mate. I'm only pulling your leg.
So if it's in, if it's just in the USA, some of it might be played in Greenland then.
Or Venezuela.
Yeah, well, it could be anywhere, or probably Iran soon.
Yeah, I only asked about Vuskovic because Colin put in earlier that Bayern are in for him. He's just put it in again.
Yeah, listen, they're all in for him. He's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. If Tottenham have brought this guy in, and let's face it, he looks a phenomenal talent. Not only a phenomenal talent, he's got the build, the stature, the everything. There is no way this football club sell him. There is no way. He went out on loan, and I admire him for it. He said, listen, I know my game time's limited. I want to go out and get football in World Cup year. He is a big talent. I think people like Ashley Phillips, who I'm a massive fan of, I think Ashley Phillips could do wonders for us in the future. But Vuskovic is the real deal. I think Dragusin goes and he comes in. And Romero, mate, I think Romero, that shot at the board could be his very, very first move in his exit strategy. And if he goes, like me and TJ were saying, with VDV and Danso looking solid, there's Vuskovic. And you got to remember, if someone like Pochettino is coming back, there is no way a man who develops youngsters and does what, there's no way he authorises the sale. Not a chance.
No. Very interesting. It's a very interesting situation. For me, I love him, to be fair. I think, like you say, Brian, the main thing is for me, he's got that stature of a man. Do you know what I mean? At a very young age, he's developed, and he's only going to develop more. And do you know what I mean? And I think he's a fabulous young player, and he's doing the biz in Germany, isn't he, at the moment? So
incredible.
We'll see. Yeah. We'll see. I mean, young or not, if you're doing it, mate. For me, if you're old enough, you're good enough. Or is it if you're good enough, you're old enough? That's the way, isn't it? If you're good enough, you're old enough.
Yep.
Happy days. Well, it's all good stuff. Listen, we'll go for another 10 minutes or so. We'll talk about scores on the doors tomorrow and anything else. We can go longer. It don't matter if people got things to talk about. Big up to Mark Taylor as well. Hope you're doing well, Mark.
Yeah.
How do you see it all going tomorrow then, chaps? Scores on the doors wise. Do you think we can get a win out of this, or are we just nicking it, or a West Ham turning up and getting something out of the game?
Well, they normally
I think we win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see us losing.
No.
You know, it would. I mean, West Ham, they do turn up against Spurs, but they are really bad. I mean, we're bad, but they're really bad. I think we'll win a tight game, 2-1. Conor Gallagher with a winner, and kissing the badge as he runs away, and all the Chelsea thing will be forgotten forever.
Yeah.
No, I think we win the game. It will be tight, but I think we win it.
From what I've seen, he looks really chuffed to be here.
Yeah.
He does, doesn't he?
He looks really chuffed, to be honest with you. I've only seen bits and pieces, but he looks well happy to be here. So at least that's a start. Go on, Sheriff.
The first bit of his club thing, he said, was it they wanted me and I wanted them, you know, or words to that effect, you know. And so I think I think he did well going to Spain in between playing for Chelsea. Because us and that lot don't do much business together. So, I think it did him good to go to Spain for a year or two, or 18 months, whatever he was over there for. And then, personally, with Gallagher, the fans over there loved him. They called him the English Pitbull. And I personally, not that I watch a lot of Spanish football because I don't, but I don't think his game's really suited for Spain. Because you don't see him crunching into tackles like they do in this country. It's more of a sort of skill-based game over there, and it tiki-taka and all that stuff. Yeah. And so, well, let's hope he kicks on. Now he's here. I think that the Premier League is more suited to his style. I mean, I watched some of the highlights when he was playing for Crystal Palace. Some of the goals he scored was outstanding. They're all on about box to box and that. Bing, bang, a goal in as well when he wants to, or if he's in the right position.
Absolutely. Any more scores on the doors, chaps, from anyone else? What did you say, Mark? Did you give a score?
No, 5-0.
5-0. That'd be nice.
It would be. That's only because you're going, mate, and you haven't been for 25 years.
Yeah. I'll get mine in quick before Scott and Mr. Daigle do. I'll go quick. I think it's going to be a backwards and forwards game, and I think it will be 3-2. That's me. It'll be tight. I don't think it's going to be a walkover. I don't think West Ham will let it be. But, yeah, 3-2 for me. Scott, Brian, where are you with it?
Yeah, I was going to say 3-2, so now I have to change. So I'll let Brian go, and I'll think of a new one to be original. But I was going 3-2.
I might say your score, so you go first.
Well, I was going 3. I'll say 3-1. I'll be a little for us. I know people need to know. For us, it's so hard, and the problem is we should. I was listening to Nige, and I was like, "Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we should beat them. Yeah, this is a game we should win." But this year with this team, we've seen we can win any game, we can lose any game. And I was actually taking a quick look at West Ham, and it seems like they're a little bit like some of the better teams that they've had closer games with, and they got beat 3-0 by Wolves, and they struggled against the poorer team. So maybe they're another team that makes no sense this year. I think both of us kind of probably disappointed with the seasons we're having, and anything can happen. But this is a game where we have a lot of need to win. I think West Ham fans might argue it, but I think they're done. I don't think they're getting anything this season. I think doesn't mean they won't try to beat us, but I think 3-1, a game where we get a good result. I'm still not sure the performance will be that great, but a much needed result. And at this stage in the season, we need a result. We can worry about the performances later.
Yeah. Go on, Brian.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say my score, Scott. I didn't think you'd be positive and take a goal off them. I thought you were going to take a goal off us. 2-1 us. I've got a feeling they'll score first, and the place will go nuts, as it will, and then we'll come back and get the win. Scott was just mentioning the performance. Like I've said before, for me, yes, I want to see a great performance. Yes, I want to see much better, like the second half at Villa. But right now, a win is a win.
Yeah,
I don't give a shit if it's. I mean, obviously for you, you're going to be there. I don't care if it's 8.
Brian, I'm sorry to jump in. I don't give a toss, mate, about the performance. To be quite honest with you, I want the 3 points every game that we play, regardless of whether we're playing great or not. I want the 3 points.
Exactly.
What comes after that? If it's wonderful to watch, that's great. If it ain't and we win 1-0, I'll take it. Sorry, Brian. Sorry.
Exactly. No, I was about to say, I hope for you it's not an 89-minute dross and then a late winner. But then those late winners are brilliant, aren't they? They're the best things about it. So,
yeah.
I think we win 2-1, but they will score first.
Interesting. Very interesting. Chaps. Anyone else got anything they want to talk about? Yeah. Go on, Nige.
Yeah, I got a question for you guys. It's kind of like a little bit quizzy, but talking about Gallagher and Chelsea and Spurs. So there have been 10 players that have moved from Chelsea to Spurs or Spurs to Chelsea over the years. Can you guys give me the 10 players? And it's interesting because some of the players are probably the greatest players who've ever played for Spurs.
Okay, William Gallas, Carlo Cudicini.
Yeah.
Mickey Hazard.
Yeah.
I've got one.
Gus Poyet. Glenn Hoddle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you nicked it off me.
Oh, yeah, Glenn Hoddle. I forgot.
You nicked it off me. I was just going to say that.
How can you not say he's the king? He's the best player.
Jimmy Greaves.
Yeah.
Jimmy Greaves.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a couple on the screen that haven't been mentioned.
Yeah, I'm not looking at the screen. I'm not looking at the screen.
There's more than 10 then. There's probably about 15.
Yeah.
Terry Venables.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
7. Cook or Chef, don't bring up the ones that haven't been named because I don't want to look and see them.
Right.
Yeah, all right, I'll hide them all until
you can bring them up the ones we mentioned. Just don't bring up the ones that we haven't.
I'm that senile, Brian. I can't remember the ones that were.
Okay, so let's go for it again. Greaves, Venables, Cudicini, Hoddle, Hazard, Gallas. There's one other that I mentioned that I can't remember who I mentioned.
Poyet. Yeah.
So those ones don't bring up.
All right.
Those ones don't bring up. Chelsea.
Without you looking at the screen, Brian, I can give you a clue a little bit without saying names. Go back a bit further.
Go back a bit further than who?
The names you were just saying, the Gallas's and that.
Okay, so not as far back as Greaves and.
No. Nowhere, no.
Well, I should know this then, mate.
I'll tell you what. Give me the manager. Give me the manager of, and then I know what time frame.
Manager.
God, who was it?
Nice manager it is.
I'm
Harry Redknapp, one of them.
Mourinho.
Harry Redknapp, one of them. I think Redknapp was the manager.
You think Redknapp was about right? Redknapp, okay. Redknapp. Well, Redknapp had Gallas. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
Who else was at Chelsea? Chelsea and Spurs.
I've seen the comments now, Brian, so I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, without you clicking it up.
No, I've not.
Mark, don't do it. But
no, I'm not clicking them up.
No, without Brian's thing. That I'm just trying to think when the ones underneath. Who was the manager for those two nights?
Jerry Francis was he manager?
Oh, good shout. Good shout.
Okay, Jerry Francis was when I started going and had my season team. Let's work on Jerry Francis first. Jerry Francis.
Yeah.
Turned into the pick the 10 Chelsea Spurs players.
Mate, it's become like that. So it's
a lot more than 10.
Mate. Oh, I've just thought of one. That you weren't even that. Gordon Jury.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Hey, I'm not bringing that one up because there's another one on there as well.
So Gordon Jury, Jesus Christ, that was end of Terry Venables and Shreves. And
I'll give you a clue on one of the others, Brian. All I'll say is 45-yarder.
Jason Cundy.
There you go.
Yeah, I can bring that up.
Yeah.
What the bloody hell is it?
One of them was the greatest winger we've had for years.
Yeah.
There you go.
One of them was the greatest winger.
The greatest.
One of the greatest left
years.
One of the greatest left wingers we've had for many, many years.
Yeah. Absolute flying machine. The best ball
Scott M
control
loved him.
you've ever seen. Finished everything that we got around in the 18-yard box.
Gareth Bell never
Absolutely
played for Chelsea.
The crowd was screaming when he went. Keep him, keep him.
Wait a minute. What time era are we talking about now?
Oh, at least 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Might have been a year ago.
A year? Oh, good God! I know. Yeah. Oh, there's a reason I blanked that guy's name out. Mate, I could have been here. Till the end of the season, and I wouldn't have thought of Timo Werner. Fuck me.
And I'll tell you what, the one underneath that's a great shout as well. That is a great shout.
There you go.
Oh, mate, do you know what? Honestly, I had blocked that guy. I had put him in a box and like kind of deleted that he existed.
Yeah.
There is one more player that's not been mentioned that has captained both sides as well.
Oh.
Captain both sides?
Yeah.
What era?
I want to say, I might be wrong, but I want to say AVB because I'm just looking at the kit.
AVB?
Ooh.
Yeah. Around that time. Kind of Redknapp, AVB kind of time.
Redknapp, AVB?
I don't think it's been mentioned anyway.
I think he has. I think he said it. I think he said it earlier. I could be wrong.
William Gallas?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gallas has already been mentioned.
One more.
Oh.
One more. Alongside Gallas?
Different position.
No, but I mean at the same time they were there.
I think so. Looking at the kits, yeah. They both got the same kit on.
All right, so Harry Redknapp's team was Gomez in goal, Corluka, Dawson, King, Benoit Assou-Ekotto, Scott Parker.
Yeah.
Well done, Brian.
I've not seen that in the comments.
Well, no, they hadn't. John Grant just put it in. Yeah.
What about this one?
Yeah, Cudicini was mentioned.
Cudicini.
Oh, he was mentioned, right?
Yeah. And I'm sure the further you go back, there's probably others as well.
I've just looked at the comments, and Colin Cross-Amano as a pure beauty. Goddamn. Oh, good God. Graham Roberts.
Did he
I remember him playing for Chelsea. Was it towards the end of his career?
It must have been because we bought him from Weymouth.
Yeah.
I didn't even know he played. I didn't even know he played for Chelsea, Colin.
No, I didn't think he did either.
Let's have a look. Clubs. Let's have a look.
It weren't before Weymouth, was it?
No.
Here we go. Listen. This is Wikipedia. Graham Roberts, born July the 3rd, is an English retired footballer and manager who played as a defender for numerous clubs, including Tottenham Hotspur, where he won the FA Cup, Rangers, Chelsea, where he won the second division.
Wow.
That must have been at the end of his career then.
Yeah.
Here you go. We got a question here for you, Brian. I like Frank, but if it was up to you.
Do you know what? Lee, someone asked me this question today. This very question. They said, someone asked me today, would I take Glasner or Poch? I wouldn't take Glasner. And the reason I say that is he plays the same football as Frank. He's had more explosive players to do it. This is a guy that's had 2 years to build his squad. We don't give managers 6 months as a collective fan base. For whatever manager it's been, past, present, in the past, regardless who it's been. Remember, Pochettino was wanted out before Harry Kane deflected that free kick against Aston Villa. So Glasner's also the first Premier League manager to go out to a non-league team in the third round of the FA Cup. So I think he's a terrific manager. But They want Spurs want to play a certain way, and Spurs fans have been brought up to play it and understand it, which is the kind of football I do want to see. But I thought with Frank, he'd build the defence first, and then it would go forward. I really thought he would do better than the perform. I really didn't think the performances would be so shocking, and the XG, which I hate, by the way, so low. Pochettino, I always said before Levy left, I don't want Poch back until Daniel Levy leaves, because if he comes back when Levy's still there, it'll be the same fucking thing. I would take Poch back in an absolute heartbeat if I knew ENIC was serious. If I knew ENIC was serious and they were going to say, look, if there's anyone in Spurs' history or recent history that deserved a blank check and said you've got, let's say, 300 million to spend, just calling out a number, you can spend it on what you want, it was Mauricio Pochettino. And he didn't get that, as other managers have come to. A lot of people are putting together that Conor Gallagher is obviously the connections with Poch as well. Could this be a signing Tottenham? Is it a club signing? Is it a Frank signing? Is it we know who's coming through the door in the summer and you loved him, here he is, to show he's serious? I don't know if the second chapter works. And the only reason I say that is you look at any other manager that's gone back, apart from Mourinho, who had hundreds of £1 million to spend to get them to win the league, which, let's face it, people can say David Moyes when he went back to West Ham or when he's gone back to Everton. But they haven't set the world alight, have they? Yes, they did a lot better than what their club has done. But Pochettino comes back and it's like, right, get us back into the top four and challenging for the league. If ENIC came out, if we knew for certain with this window they showed they'll back a manager, I forgot about Idager Johnson, brother, and I loved him. Yeah, I loved Idager Johnson. Loved that player. Mate, I love Idager Johnson. We should have made a terrific footballer. I would have. I would. I think I would, but it would need to be on assurances. I would rather, put it this way, if someone said to me Nagelsmann or Poch, I would probably say Nagelsmann. Just because I don't think second chapters work and you just never know what's going to happen. Nagelsmann has done it. Yes, it's Bayern Munich and blah, blah, blah. Look what he did at RB Leipzig. Yeah, I think I would go Glasner over Poch, but Poch is the fairy tale, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep, Scotty.
Here's another one I don't think was mentioned.
Yeah, Clive Wilson.
Didn't know that he played for Chelsea, in all honesty. I loved him when we signed him from QPR. I loved him.
I don't know, yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, because Paul's put it. I don't remember him playing for Chelsea. But actually, I think I do, but...
Mate, I'll tell you one thing. When I used to, where my season ticket was when we got him, I used to sit in block 23 of the Paxton, which is basically where the corner flag was, onto the east stand.
Yeah.
Seeing them warm up at the beginning of the match, apart from Victor Wanyama, I have never seen thighs the size of Clive Wilson's. Those guys' legs were fucking enormous.
Graham Roberts.
Yeah.
He was absolute. I've never seen legs like it, Brian. Honestly.
Yeah.
The tops of his legs from his knees going up to his groin, yeah, when he's standing there in a pair of shorts, they were like tree trunks. They were huge. Great.
Mate,
There's another one here as well.
Colin Lee, 4 goals against Bristol Rovers. I was there. I was there as a nipper. Yeah.
9-0.
9-0.
That was 1970. That was the year we got relegated.
Colin Lee scored 4. Who scored the other 3?
No, it was 9, man.
Yeah, who scored a hat-trick in the game as well, though?
Oh. Bloody hell, mate. I remember us beat because Bristol's obviously up the road from me. So I remember us beating Bristol Rovers 9-0. And I know Colin Lee got 4. I couldn't answer.
Ian Moores.
There's right, Colin Lee, and there's another one here.
Clive Allen.
No, I don't think he had Chelsea. Did he?
I know. I don't
I think
know.
things in the 80s and 90s,
For
they all
Arsenal,
kind of,
didn't
they did all London sides, didn't they?
Oh, yeah, because
Kind of players.
he had a load of moves, quit all to London clubs, didn't he? He weren't at Arsenal very long, was he?
I don't think he played many games.
But
Mr. 49 goals. Mr. 49 goals.
Any more questions in the chat?
1987.
Got any more there?
Hang on. We'll
Big up, Dan. Hope you're well, mate.
I'll just
Well.
say quickly there, Cookie.
Go on, mate.
I was just going to say about the question about Poch and Glasner. I mean, my overall answer to any manager, especially the quality ones, is if we aren't changing from Lang and we aren't changing the way that we're working, then I don't want any quality managers to come in because it's just going to be a waste of time. And until we change the people above, it's not going to matter. But my concern, I love Poch. Maybe the only one who loves him more is the man in the middle above there. But, everybody knows I love Poch. My concern is, and it's not quite as dire as this, but, the Batman, the quote, you die to be the hero or live long enough to become the villain. I think right now, Poch is left as the hero. And my concern, if he comes back, he's not going to be able to achieve what we all want him to because the club won't let him do it. And he'll end up turning out to be a villain, like the way we saw some of the people that stayed a little bit longer at this club, like a Hugo Lloris, right? Hugo Lloris should be remembered as one of the great Spurs keepers of all time. But unfortunately, because he stayed so long, people kind of have a negative view on him. Even Sonny at the end, right? It's not that, I thought he should have been sold. And I'm not saying that to say he's terrible, but because he stayed around longer than he needed to. And I think if Poch comes back, it's more likely, not because of anything that he does, but because of the way that our club operates, is that Poch will come back. He won't take us to success because he won't be set up to have success. And then fans will say, see, he never really was that good. He's a fraud. He's a loser. And it'll end up tarnishing his legacy. So for me, as someone who loves Poch, gave me the best times ever to watch Spurs, I kind of hope he doesn't come back because I think right now we can all love him and be so happy for what he gave us. I think Glasner, if he was backed properly, would be a great option for us because I'm being realistic, right? Like, yeah, I want Klopp. I want Nagelsmann. Nagelsmann is the guy who I really love, but I don't think it's realistic. I think, though, even if we change our ways, Glasner is a manager who's not at the highest level, but I think he is one step below and could really have success with us. But Brian kind of alluded to it. He plays his way. And if we don't bring in the players he wants, it's not going to work. If he comes in now for people like saying he's leaving, let's get him. It's a terrible setup for him. We have 3 fit center backs right now, depending on what you think about Dragusin. Even if Dragusin's healthy, I'm not really sure playing 3 center backs system with Dragusin maybe in, maybe out is really the best way to go. I don't think Danso's good enough. I don't think our wing backs are good enough. So if you're bringing in Glasner, you better understand that this squad is getting a massive change, right? We're doing an overhaul on it. So that's just like Poch. I love him. And I think I want to remember him for what he gave us, not maybe have him come back and tarnish some of that, do nothing to him, but to the club.
Remember as well with Poch, when Poch did what he did for us, it was the big 4 that no one could break. It's not about it's not top 4 is obviously the best for Champions League, but now with the emergence of Newcastle, Villa doing great under Emery, it's not as easy to try and break into that top 4 and hope a Liverpool have a bad season or a Chelsea or Spurs forced their way into that top 4. There wasn't room and they made it because there was only that top 4 and they needed one competitor to try and break the chain. It's not that anymore. It isn't that. It's just mad. It's mad. And I saw Colin say Alonso or whoever it may be. I can't remember the manager he said in the comment.
I will find out.
I won't touch Alonso for love nor money. And the only reason I say that, I think he's a fantastic manager, is the very second Liverpool come calling, he's gone.
Yeah.
Just like, in all honesty, I think one of the people I wanted before Ange and after Frank, I really wanted Vincent Kompany. But again, with Vincent Kompany, the very second Pep leaves, Man City are going to come calling, and you know what's going to happen. So as much as I think Alonso would be incredible at Spurs, that very second Liverpool come calling, goodbye.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I wouldn't go for Alonso at all.
Fair point, mate. Fair point.
Yeah.
Anyone else got any thoughts on if Frank stays to the end of the season, for argument's sake, on who they would like in, or are you just going to see how it plays out, chaps?
So for me, Poch, I'm with the guy sat in between us, mate. Yeah, Poch is the one for me. He's the one that would unite the fans. I do agree. I do think it is one of them. It could end badly, but it is an act, and it should need scratching. And let's get him back and see what happens.
Is there a concern, Nige, that we bring Poch back and then the club uses that as a reason not to fully go in because they know that Poch and one or two names fans are going to say, "Oh, Poch is going to get the best out of these players." Do you know what I like? They know if you bring Poch back, no matter what happens in the summer, people are going to be excited, right? So it kind of allows the club. If I was the club and I didn't care, I would bring back Poch and then I'd buy 2 okay players, put them in there, and the fan base is losing their mind because they're just going to say Poch is going to give them excuses, right?
Yeah, it gives them another 2 years grace, doesn't it? If they bring them in, and that is a concern. And let's be honest, this current squad we have doesn't touch the Tottenham team under Poch, so he would have a lot of work to do. And Brian's right; it's not a top 4 anymore. City are a different beast now. And they have Newcastle, Villa, all these teams, but still, there's just nobody else that takes my fancy, and I just think it's now or never for Poch. If we were to bring him back in this, I just don't see when he comes back otherwise, because for me, this is it.
Yeah, as I said, now he's my manager. He always has. He always will be my manager. I know I might give 1 or 2 clues about it, but the thing is with him. He's universally loved at the club. There's not one person that's got a bad word to say about it. There probably is, but you know what I mean? I've not heard it. And I think if the fans see that he's not being backed by Enoch, they won't turn on Poch, hopefully. They'll turn on Enoch. The fingers won't be pointed at Poch. The fingers will be pointed above Poch, where Poch would sit. They'll be pointed to the box.
I will say there's a lot of people on social media that don't want him back because he had the great team and couldn't get it over the line. Because you look at it, he's only really won something at PSG with all that money.
Yeah.
Chelsea, look, people were bitter about Chelsea, and rightfully so, but he did what he did at Tottenham. They were shit the first half, and then the second half, they started doing better. I just want to bring up something Colin Crossamano said as well. I want to take it a bit further. Colin put a comment in that said, let's go back to when managers pick his players and not a director. I'm going to take it one step further and go, if a manager comes in, how about it's the manager's choice who the director of football is?
Yeah.
So they bring in someone that's aligned with them, not you come into a Camoli, a Baldini, whoever it may be. With Poch came Paul Mitchell. They knew exactly what each other wanted, and it was working. And since then, we've had all these different managers that have had to work under Hitchin, Lange, Paratici. It's not been the manager's choice. Maybe Conte wanted Paratici because obviously they're connections. But I think when you bring in a manager and he brings in his backroom staff, why shouldn't that also apply to director of football? So they're along the lines of, right, this is the kind of player I want, and they've had a history with that guy, or the manager has found someone from another club that works under the same kind of philosophy and thinking of him. So that's a match in heaven. So the director and the director of football and the manager are at one, not at, oh, I think I can get him for you. What do you reckon? I think that with the backroom staff, I think appointing the manager should have the right to appoint the director of football.
Yeah, I don't care either way. Like but I think what's important is that alignment. So whether if it's as you say, we get a manager who we like, and he brings in the DOF, and that's where the alignment comes from, or the DOF, as long as it's quality on either side, and there's the alignment that we have, so there's a plan, because that's what we need, and that's what it was. I don't even know, if Poch and Mitchell necessarily had ties before they came in, but what they definitely had was a vision.
Southampton, they were.
Yeah, they did have, but they had the same vision no matter what, right? And it doesn't. They might not have to have ties. You can have a manager and a DOF that hasn't worked together, but they have the same vision of what a football team should be, and that's what I want to see, because for so long is that there's no plan, and so many times it's just chopping and changing, reaction. Like I don't think that you need to have worked with Jose Mourinho for 15 years to know that buying him Matt Doherty makes no sense in the world. He's never plays with wing backs, and Matt Doherty only plays as a wing back. Like you don't. That's the kind of thing where what are we doing, right? But yeah, I'm fine. I think it's as long as there's alignment, and that's what we need at this club. Is the football plan is all going on the same path. You're not hearing about, oh well, this is a club player that they bought in. You're not hearing about, we're buying in Timo Werner because he's on good wages, right? Like. We don't want to hear any of that. And if that means that you're bringing in a manager and he's choosing the director of football that he knows how to work with and gets him the players, fine by me. If you bring in a director of football and he brings the manager that works with him, fine with me. But I think I agree with Brian, maybe we can go out and do this. And if we can't do this, then they'll go 180 degrees over this way. And then we'll go 90 degrees over here. And then we'll chop here, change there. And we have to get rid of that. And that's why I think that Lang has to go, because I'm sorry, he's been here long enough, and he's shown to me that there's no plan no matter what. There's no manager that's going to come in that's going to work well with him. He showed that at Villa. He's shown it here. So I think they need that. That alignment has to happen, whichever way it comes.
Yeah.
I agree. I'll just say quickly, for me, 100% agree. I think we have to decide as a club what our identity is going to be from now on, and pick a manager that fits that identity. Stop chopping and changing. If we're going to play attacking football, get an attacking manager. If we're going to play defensive, counter-attacking football, fine. Then we go that way. But stop with the constantly chopping and changing.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. Well, chaps, it's been a great show. I've really enjoyed it. Really, really enjoyed it. I hope the people in the chat have as well. A good chat for a couple of hours. Got the spammers tomorrow. So I want to say big up to TJ for coming on earlier. Big up to Brian for coming on. I haven't missed anyone, have I? Has anyone else been on?
Yes. Scott.
Big Scott's on. Big Scott, obviously.
Yeah.
To you, Nige, for everything you do for us.
Yeah.
You're a top man. Mark, you as always, head of technology. Keeping me up to date with everything. Spot on, mate. I'm going to take some video tomorrow. I'm going to try and get some interviews with some of the lads down there, and then I'll get it back here and let Sheriff and Nige sort it out, and we'll get it posted on YouTube. So cheers for everyone for being here. Again, Scott, Brian, TJ, thanks very much. See you all again soon. And also to Tim Man. Tim Man with the super chat earlier.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. Mark, anyone else? Are we all right with that? We haven't forgotten anyone, have we?
There's only been one super chat, mate. We got thanks.
That's it then. Just wanted to say thanks. Thanks to all in the chat. See you all soon. Come on, you Spurs tomorrow. Yeah. Let's have it large for the Cookmeister in the South Stand. See you all again soon. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on,
you Spurs.
Yeah, and Enoch out.